Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have the leader tower guide. So if you are new, please like and subscribe for more videos on the channel, and also follow my Twitter down in the description down below. So let's just get straight into it. So this is going to be a series where I go over all the towers and I explain how to get them done quickly and some counters and tips and tricks you need to know. So we're going to start with the easiest one in my opinion, that being the leader tower. So the things you need to know, the basics as following. From floor 1 to 5 you only need one leader guardian, so you can use your two strongest guardians mixed with one leader guardian. So if you can see here, the team restrictions from floor 1 to 5 you only need one leader guardian. Now here's a list of all these guardians, and like I said, this is the easiest one in my opinion because there are actually so many good leader guardians you can actually use. We got Gaston, Buzz, we got Mickey, Jack Skellington, Peter Pan. You know, there's just so many good guardians you can use. So yeah, room 1 to 5 is very simple. You can auto fight it even as a beginner. You're just going to smash through this and just get all of the rewards. So yeah, 1 to 5 you only need one leader guardian. So after you've done 1 to 5, floor 6 to 10 you need two leader guardians. So if we go into floor number 6 and we see the team restrictions, it says you need two leader guardians. Now you just want to have your strongest non-leader and then have two of your strongest leaders. And like I said, from floor 1 to about 20, it's not even too bad. You can actually get this done really easily. It's when you start getting towards the later stages, it does increase in difficulty quite significantly. So you need to be aware of that. From floor 1 to 5 you need one leader guardian, and then floor 6 to 10 you need yourself two. So 11, and then the rest of it all the way to floor number 30 you need only leader guardians. So what you want to do before you go into this tower, you want to level up all your leader guardians. Your best ones, I would say level up at least 2 support guardians that are leaders, maybe 1 tank. So yeah, there's not really much here that is difficult from floors 11 to 20. It's after that when it gets difficult. I would say be aware of Genie. So Genie becomes indestructible at 75%, 50% and 25%, and this can drag out the fights. He also stuns, so having a ranged guardian, especially one that does damage over time, can be really good to get this done as soon as possible. So you can use Buzz, Hades, Elsa or Gaston, because Genie is very annoying and you just want to get him down as quickly as possible. So there is actually a Genie boss here. It's on floor number 18. You want to be aware of this floor. It is quite difficult and Genie is definitely annoying. So there's another floor where there's just 2 random Genies as possible enemies that spawn. It does get quite difficult, so you need to be aware of that. So yeah, let's move on to floor number 20 and above. So this is where it starts to get a little bit difficult, but these fights, they're quite simple. You just want to have a strong ranged guardian, a strong melee guardian mixed with maybe 2 support guardians. My MVP for this was definitely Scrooge McDuck because he gains critical buffs, and I was using someone like Buzz, and the damage just builds up so fast. And when you get onto the boss fight, he was just doing like 3 to 4k crits every single basic attack and absolutely destroying him with the shock damage. So Buzz is definitely great. Then you obviously have the obvious choices like Jack Skellington, Mickey Mouse. There's just so many good ones, so you can't really go wrong with who you want to use. There's so many different trios you can pair with each other, and even having a full team of support guardians, you're just going to be healing so much that you won't even die. So these ones are very simple. When it starts getting really difficult is above floor 25. So you can see here, floor 25, it's the same restrictions. We've got Ian here, so he's going to be healing quite a lot, and there's just quite a lot of healers. Yeah, this one is not too bad, but the health pool and the attack, it just increases over time. So you want to have a strong leader, ranged guardian. I would say having a melee guardian above floor 25 is a big risk unless you have 2 other support guardians to actually outdo all the damage you're taking, just heal it back. So you want to be a little bit aware when you get above floor 25 of using melee guardians. Someone like Peter Pan could be decent if you have him as a high sig because he does evade at high sig. So you just want to be a little bit aware of what you're doing when you get higher up, and just be a little bit more cautious when you're going into these fights. A trio I used, I will show you quickly. When I was doing this, I just used this entire trio here. So I used Hero, I used Scrooge, and I used Buzz Lightyear. As a free, these guys are amazing. You can also use someone like Gaston as well. Gaston is so good for this as well. The damage just scales up so good. But yeah, Buzz, you can see he's nearly 5k rating. He's rank 8, so he was just absolutely destroying all these fights. And it was just so easy because the amount of times I can just take so much damage and then I can heal. Buzz, he can gain armor. It was just so good. So yeah, you just want to use your strongest team, your strongest leader guardians. So be careful when you do go in here that you actually do rank up all the guardians you do need to actually get through this. So everything else here up to floor 30 is quite simple, but when you get onto floor 30, a lot of people do struggle. Now the boss itself is not too hard. What I find that's the hardest part about this fight is the actual minions. So these Hercules, the amount of damage they deal to you is just ridiculous. So you need to be really careful when going into this fight. You want to have maybe a root guardian. And going on about root, a lot of fights within the leader tower, there are enemies that root you, and it can be quite annoying because you're going to be rooted in place a lot of the time. Root immune guardians, bring them in, or just healers. It's all about having support guardians, to be honest, just people that can just heal you back up if you do take too much damage. So yeah, floor number 30, you can see the gameplay in the background. I absolutely destroyed this in like a minute and 30 seconds. All you need to do is just go in there with a huge damage dealer. Even Simba is an MVP for this. All you need to do is go in there, use his special ability, he'll lure all of your enemies, and then he'll explode, and he's indestructible during that period, so he's not going to be taking any damage. So yeah, someone like Simba works so good for this tower, and then there's just all the other options as well. This is why it's the most easiest tower, because any option you use is just going to work. That's about it for the tower. There's not much to explain for this one, it's quite simple. This is the easiest one to do because there's so many different options. You can use who you wanted to use. So yeah, I didn't really struggle with this. So yeah, that is it for today's video. If you did like it, please leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.